The time has come. After calling multiple GameStops, I finally tracked him down. This is Halo 3 Chief from the Spartan Collection. Before we get started, I want to let you know about two Halo Facebook groups that I really enjoy. We have the World of Halo Collectors, and we have Halo Collector. It's a great community with some awesome collectors. You'll learn a lot of new things. Folks are always willing to help out, and you might be able to add some things to your collection. I will post both their links in the description below. Alright everyone, our third and final review from Series 7, the Spartan Collection. At least until Yokai decides to show his face and make an appearance somewhere. But this Master Chief is very special to me because when I was growing up, this was peak Halo. As many of you know, Halo 3 is my favorite game. Not only the campaign, but the multiplayer as well. I think they executed basically everything about this game perfectly. From the start, introducing it with the Starry Night trailer, I can't think of another game trailer in my lifetime that constantly gives me the chills to this day. Even talking about it right now, I have the chills. But this Chief is $21.99 or $20.89 if you are a pro member at GameStop. It does come with the 5 additional hands. We have the BR and the pistol. Here is a closer look at the rest of the Spartans released in Series 7. As you know, I've already reviewed Alice and Frederick, and I'm eagerly waiting to review Yokai. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Master Chief from Halo 3 out of the packaging, and I couldn't be more excited. So messing with him off camera, it brought back some of that magic that I felt when I was growing up playing Halo 3. I was a teenager, and again, I'll never forget that intro, the Starry Night. It was so lifelike. Even then, I felt like this is way ahead of its time. I mean, with the kids laying in the grass, and then it cuts to Master Chief's helmet, you know, and then the background, the explosions going off, and then the freaking Wraith, you know, cannons are shooting off, and I just remember thinking, my God, this is going to be the greatest game ever. And it still is my favorite Halo game. So having this figure, again, means a little bit more to me. You know, I'm glad that we were able to get it in the world of Halo. So I felt like it was just a matter of time before we got it in the Spartan Collection. And I'm very happy that it's introduced now with the updated knees and then just the overall improvements on the quality of these figures. I mean, right off the bat, he can shoulder that BR no problem. And the ergonomics on him are a lot better than some of the other figures. But I mean, again, that comes with the territory on how much armor they have, you know, at their shoulders. But I do gotta say, I feel like this BR might be a little bit smaller than it should be. I just feel like the space between like the trigger guard and then the foregrip there is a little bit shorter. But just overall, I mean, if you make it a tad bit bigger scaling wise, then I think it would look a little bit more accurate. But let me know, I'd like to get y'all's opinions. Do you think it's a little too small, or is it just right, or maybe even too big? Either way, I mean, that's not the biggest deal to me because there's so many great artists out there that do custom 3D printings that I can have one made if I really wanted to. I do, however, like how much detail they put into this, you know, within the sculpting. It's not all one color. You can see there's a little breach right there at the barrel. Stock looks really good, just a lot of little sculpting throughout. Probably my favorite detail to this is that they painted the optics, so there's a cool little blue to it, and they have it on both sides also. Parts of me does wish it came with old standby, the assault rifle, but I can understand kind of why they didn't because our Combat Evolved Chief did come with that weapon, and I don't think we have any figures with this style of BR, so that does make sense. But either way, I can just use the one from Combat Evolved Chief, or I can have one of my friends 3D print one. He does, however, still come with his pistol, which can also be seen in that Starry Night trailer when he throws down that bubble shield and it deflects that Wraith blast. Okay, I'll stop talking about that trailer. It's just really good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But his sidearm can be attached to the side of his thighs like the rest of the Spartans. It's a little piece that you can take out, flip around, and it has a peg for storing weapons. I did some digging through my weapons container, and I did find the assault rifle that came with the CE Chief, and we're going to put it on the back and see how that looks, and that is absolutely brilliant. And of course, we got to show how he looks holding it. I tried to imitate that traditional, iconic Halo 3 poster that we remember from 2007, and overall I think it looks great. The posing looks awesome. The assault rifle might be off just a little bit. That's okay, this is close enough, but I think this looks amazing. I do want to point out I did swap his right hand. I replaced the trigger finger one with the more closed grip. and that fit inside that trigger guard a lot better. Here are the rest of the hands that he comes with. So we have the left and right trigger finger, we have a left and right open palm, and then we have like a directional 2 fingers extended at the right hand. I mean, it fits within weapons, but not as secure as this hand or the closed grip one. Like I've said previously, I don't need a whole lot of hands. I think 2 or 3 extra ones would be awesome, and then 1 hand that is designated for the energy sword. For example, here is all the hands that I have accumulated from the Spartan Collection, and I don't even have all the figures. I mean, I do like the idea of having them, don't get me wrong, I just don't think we need this many. When it comes to his articulation, I would say it is really good. I would say on par with our Halo Infinite Chief. His functionality is fantastic. Again, he doesn't have a lot of big bulky pieces that are going to hinder his movement, and he also has the updated knees. At the head, he has the traditional hinge with a ball joint, so he can look down a great amount. He can also look upwards, like when he was watching those Wraith blasts flying down upon him. His head can do a full 360, and just look how beautiful that visor is. His arm can move up laterally about 90 degrees. We also have rotation at the ball joint, and that can spin all the way around. And there's also a swivel here at the upper part of the bicep. That movement does vary from Spartan to Spartan, but I do think I should be able to rotate that entire arm around. Yep, it looks like I can get it all the way around. Unfortunately, there is no butterfly joints here at the shoulder, as cool as that would have been. He does have the double joints here at the bicep with an amazing break, even better than 90 degrees. The hands are on a hinge and swivel, so we can take the hand, flex it forward, we can flex it backwards, and then we can also spin it around. And here's just a better look at those. So this right hand wasn't on his body, it was one of the additional ones. And this is the one that I prefer holding that assault rifle. I just feel like it grips that trigger guard a lot better. His torso doesn't have much movement like the rest of the figures, but he does have a little bit more play than I would say some of the others. But I think that's also due to his, older armor style. It's not super bulky, and he's a little thinner here around his gel layer. At his hips, he has a decent amount of movement here. He can get 3/4 of the way into the splits, and he can do about a full 90 degrees in a seated position. Real quick, how about a round of applause for the weapon staying on Chief's body throughout this entire demonstration? Alright, well, from there, he can take the legs, we can rotate them inwards. We have that nice little hidden joint that's underneath that thigh armor there, so he can bring them in a great amount. Okay, he could maybe do a full twist, and it looks like I could do a full 360 with this. Dang, incredible. Per usual, double joints here at the knees, and these joints are nice and stiff, which you guys know how much I love that. So I'm moving this top joint first, and then again, these are the updated ones. We have great foldability. It's not completely flush, but I mean, that is very impressive. And then here is a better look at how they sculpted that. There isn't a big ugly cut in the center of them, and there's an actual one-piece resemblance of a kneecap or knee armor. And then if I wanted to bend just the lower joint by itself, we can get that knee at about 90 degrees. I've always really appreciated how they approach the foot or the ankle joints. I mean, it does have a little bit of rocking from side to side. It is on a hinge and swivel, so you can flex it forwards. You can also flex it backwards a great amount. And then because it does have that swivel, you can spin that ankle a full 360. What really helps to have this figure pose is going to be this toe joint. And you wouldn't really think too much about it, but when you're doing like a running or a walking motion, you're able to flex that a little bit, and that gives it more stability, having that base touching the ground nice and flush. I gotta say, out of all the Halo 3 Chiefs that I own, Jazzwares has done an amazing job capturing the true essence of him. And the reason why I say that is nothing looks ill-proportioned or wonky, and this is probably my new favorite Master Chief figure. Even in their World of Halo scale, I mean, that figure was top tier, and it still is. I mean, now when I see them side by side, it's hard to choose, but I mean, that mirrored visor is just a thing of beauty. So up until now, the only real Halo 3 figures that I had were the McFarlane ones. We have, what, the 12-inch one and then the 4-inch figure. And at the time, like, I really enjoyed them, and I still do. They still have their place in my collection. But I always felt with these figures, Chief was proportioned a little bit skinnier than, how we really see him within the games. He's definitely my favorite figure out of the Spartan collection that I own. I do have all the Master Chiefs, except for the Halo 5 version that was in, Series 6. I didn't pick that one up because I didn't like the knees. And my Halo 2 Chief is actually being lent to my friend Greg. He's doing a little bit of a custom work on it, giving it a more accurate paint scheme. But before that, I loved the Halo Infinite, Series 1, Series 2 Chief, because he had the great knees, and just his sculpting was amazing. His neck wasn't as extended, but now, this is by far my favorite one. I do gotta say, I love the 1,000 Toys Master Chief from Halo Infinite. It's just beautifully done. All the articulation to it, it's just fantastic. However, it is crazy more expensive than any of the Spartan Collection. You're looking at $20 and you're looking at $150. But if you were keeping tabs with me, then you saw that I posted that these were hitting GameStops for clearance at $80 a pop, and they freaking flew out of the store. Hopefully you were lucky enough to snag one at that $80 price point. My final thoughts on this Halo 3 Spartan Collection Master Chief, I already think you know how I feel about it, is I absolutely love it. I mean, for $20, you're getting an excellent rendition of Master Chief from Halo 3. We have the 5 additional hands and the 2 weapons. That right there, in and out of itself, makes this extremely affordable and a high-value piece. Right now, this is my favorite Spartan Collection figure that I own, even though I haven't reviewed Yori yet, and that might change once I track him down. But I gotta say, he stands really high on that leaderboard. Now all we need is Arbiter and Johnson, and that would be the most amazing Spartan Collection lineup to date. Overall, I think this figure has it where it counts. There are some areas that I would like to see a little bit of improvement, especially at the torso. We know that these Spartan Collection figures don't have a lot of movement there, and it is something that I would like to see changed moving forward. I would also like to see some more butterfly joints here, because that will help you shoulder the weapons a lot better. The 5 additional hands is a nice touch, but it is a little excessive in my opinion. 2 or 3 would be awesome, but let's put the rest of that budget back into the figure, and maybe add some more movement in those joints. The paint apps to him are pretty spot on, and I would say it is the closest to any Chief that has been released. And then the icing on the cake is that mirrored visor. Having all of those things together makes this my favorite figure, and you're definitely going to want to have it in your collection. So if you want this figure, I would highly recommend that you call your local GameStops. I had to call, I think, a total of 8 different GameStops to be able to track all these figures down. They haven't shown up on the GameStop website. So far, it's only been in store. That may change, and if it does, I'll be posting updates, and I'll put their links in the description or pin it to the comment section. And who knows, we may even see these on the Jazzwares DTC. But as of right now, GameStop in-store is the only place to get them, so if you want them, I would start calling and checking your GameStops now. If you do get lucky finding these in a different country or in the States, let us know so fellow collectors in your area can have a chance to find them also. But that is it, Spartans. Thank you so much for watching this video. It felt so great to talk about Halo again, a nice refreshment in the community, and hopefully this is just the beginning. Connect with me on Instagram to stay up to date when new things drop, like when these started hitting in Texas. I also post toy photography and toy videos. As always, if you like this video and you want to see more of it, be sure to like and subscribe. It is free, and we will see y'all in the next video.